Last week, which we've all heard, Ghana was in serious mourning. There had been a helicopter crash. Two main ministers had been unalive. They died instantly in a crash, and their bodies could not even be recognized. So Ghana was in mourning and in shock. Our dear president, who has been on a positive trajectory for the past few months since he took office, one of them was apparently his very dear friend. So this was a shock to his family, his system, and to the ministers. So my condolences to them. Allegedly, President Mahama was supposed to be on the helicopter as well, but he escaped due to change of plans. We are happy that at least his life was preserved, because Ghanaians have seen him as this hope for Ghana getting out of the situation that we are in. It's very hard for me to do this video because you don't want to sound insensitive. But sometimes when situations like this happen, it sheds light on the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? What these people's lives cannot go down in vain. Now, on that same route that they were using road, about 16 children were killed previously, just a few days before this happened. Because when it comes to Ghana roads and it comes to traveling between main cities, a major city like Ghana, Accra and Kumasi, you have single lanes. And when you are about to take a road trip, my sister, it becomes a prayer and fasting situation. So these are some of the underlying problems and underlying issues that I feel like this government have to put in the forefront, which it looks like they have done when it comes to their big push program. They've said they are going to put about 5,000 kilometers of road. We hope that it's not just on paper and this will come to reality. If you are new here, my name is Nina and I'm the designer for a clothing brand, Koshio. I'm known as making the best African luxury, especially men's shirt. I was known for that. But I recently started an AFRITUDE movement where I'm using streetwear as a medium to tell our stories, because I know fashion can get into spaces that videos can't. We're telling our own stories and we're changing the narrative through fashion. So that's what I do. But I'm here and I just blabber mouth about what's going on in the continent and how we can bring change to make it better. So if you like this, subscribe, stick around, and this is the AFRITUDE movement. Look, Ghana and Africa, we have to take our infrastructure seriously. We have to take our roads, we have to take railway system, we have to take that seriously, because a lot of lives have been taken because of poor infrastructure. I just went to Ghana last month and I was going to the Volta region. I started to pray because I know that there's a slim chance that something could happen. First of all, you'll be dodging potholes, it will be a single lane, then you have other drivers in your lane. The chaos is just too much. Now, let me put this in perspective, okay? I'm on the East Coast, right? And I travel between DC and New York quite often. Now, there are three ways I can go. I can go to New York from DC by train, I can go by plane, and I can drive. Now, let me put it into perspective. When I'm taking a trip to New York and I'm driving, it's about 308 kilometers. And when I'm driving to New York, it's about 3 lanes, 4 lanes at certain places, 5 lanes at certain places, but 3, 4 lanes on average. I'm taking one way, 4 lanes to New York. It takes me 3.5 hours to get to New York. Now, when I know that I'm going to go to New York, I can just decide on a whim, like, you know what, Friday night, I'm just going to drive to New York. And I don't think about it. Even though a tragedy could happen at any time, the probability and the chances are very low, because you have 4 cars facing one way going in one lane. I just take that decision. If I want to go by train, that is a little more pricey. It will cost me $150 or $300 in and out. It's going to take me 2.5 hours to get to New York. Now, the same route that these people took the helicopter to, apparently it was going to take 15 minutes by helicopter. But guess what? The same route, that is Accra to Kumasi road, is about 250 kilometers, which is about 60 kilometers less than DC to New York. But guess what? That trip will take me 4 hours, 30 minutes, 5 hours to make that trip because the roads are single lane, potholes, and is a very, very dangerous trip to take. Maybe back in the day that would have worked because you didn't have this number of cars on the road. But in today 2025, with the number of cars, with the number of people that have access to cars, and the number of people that are driving on the road, that road needs to be expanded at all costs. Government ministers need to stop treating roads and railways as a side gig. Let me tell you guys a story of what sometimes goes on. When a contractor comes in, there's a bid for a road. Maybe there's a road from A to B, and they ask people to bid for it. Do you know that the minister that is in charge sometimes will ask for 30% of your profit? So for instance, there's been $50,000 that has been allocated to pave a particular road. Now the contractor that's going to bid for it would realize that maybe his cost, I'm just putting out numbers, and maybe his cost is about maybe 60%. 50,000, maybe his cost is going to be like $30,000. Do you know that the minister that will give you that gig will tell you that you have to pay him 30%? So what happens is that the contractor knows that he has to pay the minister. So a road that is supposed to cost the state $50,000 now costs the state $80,000 because they put their money on it. And the contractors that don't do that, they end up losing and not making any money at all because these ministers that are sitting in power are waiting for that payment. And that is why sometimes some roads are neglected and some roads are not done. And this was told to me by a colleague years ago. They've been paying taxes on their road for years. They've been paying taxes. And she's decided to go to the road and works or wherever you go to ask them that why has this road not been done? Because all my cars are ruined. All my shocks on my foreign cars are ruined. Why have you guys not come to pave the road? Oh, madam, it's not us, so it comes at the top. And then they explain this. So you see, the problem is very, very deep. If someone is coming to fix a road and these are the hurdles, sometimes the road is not done at all. Then you have people that they do single sourcing and pay them in advance $40 million for road. Not a single kilometer is done. The chicken is coming home to roost. If we don't fix this, thinking that is someone else's problem, at some point it's going to bite us. Well, the current administration said, let's not pretend that they've not said they'll do anything about the road, because they had talked about infrastructure before this accident happened. And this is the big push program where they are going to build about 5,000 kilometers of road. What I would say and what I will add to that is, I hope that this was not just on paper. And with these people that have also lost their lives, they were in a line of duty and they have lost their lives. I hope that this administration will honor them and all these things that they have promised in their manifesto. I hope that it will come to pass and it will come to fruition. And when it does, you can name some of these roads after these guys so that we know that something has gingered you to do this. But I hope that this promise is not on paper and is going to come in reality. We need to stop patching up our problems with shortcuts like helicopters. When the road is done, everybody benefits from it, trade increases, and everybody is happy, and lives are preserved. To the families of the fallen, may their memories not be in vain. To our leaders, we pray that this is not a time for speeches, but a time for transformation. And to those of you that are watching, let's not just mourn. Let's demand for a better Ghana and a better Africa. This is the AFRITUDE movement, where we bring what is done in the dark to light.